The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day, we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by LevelTradingField.com, the online communication, research, and quantitative platform with the largest collection of financial tools for traders, including the innovative Bitcoin Market Predictor. The Bitcoin Market Predictor is a simple prediction game where 10 people place bets on the future price of Bitcoin, and the top 3 most accurate predictions wins. Sign up at LevelTradingField.com with promo code INSIDER. The Options News Rundown is also brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in options trading education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's Live Advantage Group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Friday, March 2nd, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story of the day is a story from Reuters.com. CME Group to launch futures on LIBOR alternative on May 7th. CME Group said on Thursday it planned to launch on May 7th monthly and quarterly futures contracts linked to the reference rates, which are aimed as alternatives to the London Interbank Offered Rate. The Secured Overnight Financing Rate, SOFR, which these futures are based on, are jointly developed by the New York Federal Reserve and the Office of Financial Reserve. On Wednesday, the New York Fed said it will begin publishing the SOFR on April 3rd. Our second story today is from investing.com. Electrolux puts $250 million US dollar investment on hold after Trump tariff hike. Sweden's Electrolux, Europe's largest home appliance maker, said on Friday it would delay a planned $250 million investment in Tennessee after U.S. President Donald Trump announced tariffs on imported aluminum and steel. On Thursday, Trump said the duties, 25% on steel imports and 10% on aluminum, would be formally announced next week, although White House officials later said some details still need to be ironed out. We're putting it on hold. We believe that tariffs could cause a pretty significant increase in the price of steel on the U.S. market, Electrolux spokesman Daniel Frykholm said. Electrolux buys all the steel it uses in its U.S. products domestically. Our third story today is a MarketWatch.com story. Dollar drops for second day as tariffs spark fear of a global trade war. Related, of course, to the last story we just read. The dollar dropped for a second straight day on Friday as fears of trade wars prompted investors to dump the greenback after President Donald Trump said the U.S. will impose tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. The yen rallied after Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda said his central bank would start thinking about exiting its massive stimulus program in 2019. The ICE U.S. dollar index was down 0.4% at 89.94, building on a 0.3% loss from Thursday, which was its first decline in 3 sessions. For the week, the dollar gauge was tilting slightly negative. The yen jumped with the greenback, falling to 105.41 yen, from 106.24 on Thursday, putting the dollar around its lowest against the Japanese currency since November of 2016, according to Fact Dataset. And the next logical progression in this story is an article from FXStreet.com. Gold spikes to fresh session tops amid renewed USD selling. Gold finally broke out of its Asian early European session consolidation phase and spiked to fresh session tops in the last hour. A fresh wave of US dollar selling interest triggered by President Donald Trump's tweet on trade war provided some lift to dollar-denominated commodities like gold. Adding to this, global risk aversion trade, as depicted by a sea of red across European equity markets, was further seen underpinning demand for traditional safe haven assets and remains supportive of the precious metals uptick. However, a goodish pickup in the U.S. Treasury bond yields amid growing speculations about faster Fed monetary policy tightening cycle continued, capping any strong gains for the non-yielding yellow metal. It would now be interesting to see if bulls are able to maintain their upper hand, or the uptick is being sold into amid absent market-moving economic releases from the U.S. And our final story today is from Investing.com. Crude oil prices still under pressure near multi-week lows. Crude oil prices were still under pressure on Friday amid ongoing concerns over U.S. production levels and fresh worries over U.S. protectionist policies. The U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude April contract was down 19 cents, or about 0.34%, at $60.80 a barrel by 3:45 a.m. Eastern Time, just off Thursday's 2.5-week lows of $60.20. Elsewhere, Brent oil for May delivery on the ICE Futures Exchange in London eased 6 cents, or about 0.09%, to $63.78 a barrel after hitting a 2-week trough of $63.20 in the previous session. Oil prices remained under pressure after the U.S. Energy Information Administration reported on Wednesday that crude oil inventories rose by 3.019 million barrels for the week ended February 23rd, exceeding expectations for a rise of 2.4 million barrels. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, March 2nd, 2018, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart, and have a nice weekend.
The Options News Rundown is brought to you by LevelTradingField.com, the online communication, research, and quantitative platform with the largest collection of financial tools for traders, including the innovative Bitcoin Market Predictor. The Bitcoin Market Predictor is a simple prediction game where 10 people place bets on the future price of Bitcoin, and the top 3 most accurate predictions wins. Sign up at LevelTradingField.com with promo code INSIDER. The Options News Rundown is also brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in options trading education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's Live Advantage Group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.